It finally happened. Call the cops. Call the fire department. The New York Knicks have finally lost their first preseason game, and everybody is losing their freaking minds. Should we be worried about Kevin Knox in the future? Oh man, Frank Ntilikina started, but he got in foul trouble. Guys, we lost a preseason game, and it had to happen, and here's why. Let's get into the video. What's good, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K, and what is popping with y'all? If you guys aren't already, follow me on my socials, CK2K, over on Instagram and on Twitter. Subscribe if you haven't. Now let's get into today's video. Actually, before I say anything, I have to give a huge shout out to my guy, my quarterback, Mr. Drew Brees.
Brees wide open, and Smith, what a way to do it!
Yes, for those who are new, I am a Saints fan. That is my non-New York team, are the New Orleans Saints. Been a Saints fan for as long as I've been watching football. For those who do not know, Drew Brees overtook Peyton Manning to have the most yards in the history, well, in the history of the NFL, but he could, he's still obviously gonna keep putting it on, but he has the most yards in the entire NFL. That's huge, man. That's a big deal, because I think Brady is on his way up there, but he's a few players down. Drew Brees just passed Peyton Manning for that, and the moment was great. I was watching both games tonight. I had both my screens. I had the Knicks on one screen, I had the Saints on one screen. That moment was a big moment. It was a really big moment. It was really cool to see. So shout out to Drew Brees, shout out to the Saints for getting that W tonight. We are 4-1. It's feeling good. It's feeling very good. We are first in the NFC, even though the Panthers are right on our butt because they had their bye week, so they're 3-1. But had to shout out Drew Brees and the Saints. Good stuff tonight. Had to get that off my chest. Now let's get to the task at hand.
The season will have ups and downs. This clearly was a down.
Yes, it was.
The New York Knicks took their first L in the preseason, and everybody is losing their minds. Imagine when we are, and we will, we start losing games in the regular season, in games that count. What is going to happen? We're obviously going to talk about the bad part of us losing this game, but let me quickly remind you of the positives of losing a preseason game, okay? Kevin Knox did not have a good game. There's no way to shape around it. Kevin Knox did not look good tonight. But here's the positive. Up until tonight, maybe a little bit in the last game against the Pelicans, Kevin Knox has been phenomenal for us. From the moment we drafted him in the summer league, in the preseason games prior to that, in training camp, Kevin Knox has been phenomenal, and everybody has been raving and been so excited about Kevin Knox and that he could do no harm. I think starting from the Brooklyn game, a lot of people were starting to question his shooting ability and if he's able to score and rah. Listen, Kevin Knox is a rookie, okay? This is his second game in the Garden, and he's learning the system. He's learning the speed of play. In the first few games, he was playing against NBA talent for a little bit, but majority of it was like these G League, Summer League guys that he played in the past. Today's game, he played the majority of the rotation that's going to be playing.
And you've obviously seen this team twice now, but of course when John Wall gets extended minutes, it's a different kind of team.
Yeah, they watched a lot of film and just found out we was thinking a lot in backside, so they had a lot of skip passes that they had against us. So like Fitz said, we'll watch film and we'll just get better on the next game.
We saw a lot of Bradley Beal. We saw a lot of John Wall. We didn't get to see Markieff Morris, but we saw a lot of these guys that are going to be in the rotation. I can go on and on. His jump shot looks good. If you even go and break down the misses that he has, they're not terrible misses. They're misses that are right around the rim. He's going to be fine. It's the preseason. That's what this is for. This is to get you ready for the regular season. Even when the regular season comes, it's going to take a few games for him to get into the groove. We need Kevin Knox to get back to reality for a little bit and then shine and be the star that we know he's going to be. So don't panic. He's okay. Second positive, Frank Ntilikina. Now, I don't know. I feel like he put in a strong case other than the fouling, but I think he put in a strong case that he really needs to be our starting point guard, and that's my opinion. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to defer, and a lot of you guys are still going to be saying Trey Burke, but honestly, with when he was aggressive and he was able to score 10 points in the first half, which is something we're not accustomed to, but on top of that, and even John Wall gave him some credit for that at the end of the game when they had a little conversation. I liked the pace. We came out a little bit more. Oh, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. I was about to say we came out more aggressive. We did not. We had another terrible first quarter.
Better happen now than later, let the guys experience this, see how it feels. We just can't let nobody come into our home court and disrespect us like that.
Basically, the great thing about having him start is that he can switch on anybody and he can mark them. So there's just so much positive to having Frank Ntilikina be in that starting unit and having Trey Burke come in commanding the offense on the the bench. And I loved how that looked better towards the end of the game, not so much in the first half, but I liked him coming off the bench a lot sooner. Of course, Lonzo Trier did his thing, but slowly but surely from the first game to now, the first time we played the Wizards to this recent time we played the Wizards, we are seeing the pace and the fast-paced play, the rebound and go style that Fizdale's been, talking about so heavily fade away. And this game was probably the worst it's been the entire preseason.
All of it is a learning experience. You that age, every rep, every up, every down is going to be a learning experience for them.
We got into a lot of one-on-one play, especially in the third quarter, which led to us ultimately just the beginning of our blowout. Yeah, we made a little run when we put Emmanuel Mudiay, Lonzo Trier in towards the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter, but it was already too little too late at that moment. It just took a few good shots from Washington to bring them back in the game, which is what they did. But my problem, and this is my only gripe with Fizdale, is I just want him to be consistent in a sense where he's talking about how he wants everyone to play that rebound and go, that fast-paced shoot at will play style, but then at the same time he's okay with having a rookie in Lonzo Trier do what he does and dribble the air out of the ball to get a shot. But all that does is it just makes the one-on-one basketball contagious. Tim Hardaway Jr. is another one that gets away with a lot of silly stuff. I mean, we've been seeing Tim Hardaway do this for the past few years. This is not me bashing him, because I do feel like Tim Hardaway had a good last two games, even this game against Washington.
Start. Here's a guy who was born in Brooklyn, went to high school in Jersey. Ball. Bad pass picked up by Hardaway. Mahinmi running down the floor, and Hardaway throws it down.
Tim Hardaway Jr. looked good in that leadership role and offensively. It's just we weren't getting any buckets from anywhere else.
Talk as much as you want to. He regrets it now, but
I was afraid of you. Trier knocks down the three.
We could not rebound the ball to save our life. This is when I'm going to bring it back a little bit and use the it's only preseason card, because look, we didn't have Mitchell Robinson and we didn't have Enes Kanter, who were two of our bigger rebounders. Noah Vonleh, I like him at the 4 more so than the 5. He can run the 5 on occasion, but him starting at the 5, I feel like took away from the Noah Vonleh that we got to see. We can go on and be negative, but it's a first preseason loss. It's a loss in the preseason that had to happen. We had to be brought back to reality to see all the things that even through our wins we were still being very sloppy on and still making the mistakes on, like the ball movement, pace, and all those kind of things. Now we're seeing that when we were playing against guys that were going to play and guys that are in a rotation that took advantage of us, we really were hurting on those things. And I feel like that's something that we'll figure out, or maybe it's something we won't figure out, but the writing is on the wall with what we need to do, and hopefully we don't start off looking like,
if you can believe that, folks.
Wall from way outside.
Let's get into good habits, shall we? I'm not trying to over-exaggerate too much. I love what I saw out of Frank Ntilikina, minus the fouls. Trier did his thing again. I feel like he got some good possessions without having to dribble too much. He did a lot of stuff in transition, which was really nice to see.
Trier, feet inside, Hicks with a finish.
One thing I didn't mention is that Lance Thomas has officially been named the starter. David Fizdale did come out saying that of all the players, he knows that Lance Thomas will be the official starter at the power forward position for us coming opener on Wednesday against the Atlanta Hawks, which is awesome. I feel like that is a no-brainer. I feel like he should be the one that is a no-brainer starter for right now, because he does everything consistently every single game. Even in this game where we lost, he still did what he had to do defensively. Wasn't scoring the way that a lot of you guys might want him to score, but that's not Lance Thomas's game. Lance Thomas is the hustle guy that does everything. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about tonight's game, what irritated you, what positives you guys saw, and who do you want your starting 5 to be. Let me know in the comments below. But now it is time for everyone's favorite part of the video, and that is the comment and or comments of the video. Let's get into it. As always, shout out to you guys for the support in the last video. These are preseason reviews and you guys are so interactive and so awesome with the feedback, and I couldn't be more thankful. You guys are amazing. All right, so I talked about Mario Hezonja, and I very blatantly did not mention him in this video because Mario Hezonja, I'm not sold still. Nothing changed about that. So with that being said, Peter Rodriguez sent me 2 messages saying, Mario Hezonja does a little of everything. Give him time. I'm going to give him time. It's preseason, so I'm not going to destroy him just yet. And then he went on to talk about Moutier. On Moutier, love the pace and he gets the team going on. I believe his game will get better. Let's not quit on him. He's young and he has a lot of tools. Pretty much Peter sounds like CK from 2 weeks ago. I do agree to an extent. I was hoping to see some advancements in his game at this point, but you're right, it is still early. We don't know what's going to happen. He showed some good signs at the end of this last game against Washington, so you never know. But good feedback. What about cutting Cornette? I don't know. We need whatever depth we can get at center. I like Cornette for what he does. He's not going to be a guy that's going to be a big rotation guy, but we saw it tonight. He has the potential to be a defensive-minded guy as well. His jump shot is inconsistent, but we know he can shoot when he's open. I like Cornette, unless we have some other big piece that we can sign instead of him, but Cornette's a cheap big man that can do a lot of stuff, so I don't feel like we need to cut Cornette. If we got to cut somebody, it has to be a guard. Don't let this video distract you from the fact that the playoffs makes Cantor's nipples hard. Don't forget, okay? Cantor is a freak. This one comes from Max One Must 1041. Develop our own players, skip these high price free agents. I see this a lot, and I get it. I am very high on developing and growing within, but at the same time, if we get the right superstar at the right price to add on to our youth, that is something that I feel like needs to be done. I don't think we should be chasing contract guys anymore, because I feel like we have good youth, but at the same time, we do need that superstar that can give us consistent points alongside of a KP that will help us get to the next level, because at the end of the day, winning championships is what we want as a New York Knicks organization. Correct me if I'm wrong. No. So I feel like Kevin Durant would be that perfect combination with the guys. Grasping at straws. That is the saying. Thank you so much, JamZXX. Grasping for straws. Oh my goodness, I could not find the saying. Look, yeah, my man Barshat, the CK2K, the phrase is grasping at straws. All right, enough of that. Appreciate you guys with the comments of the video, but again, let me know what you guys think. It's ultimately what you guys think. I love to hear what you guys have to think about the starting lineups. If we really have anything to worry about, is Kevin Knox a fluke? Rah, all your craziness, let me know in the comments below. There will be streams coming to the channel alongside these videos, so stay tuned, man. You guys, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that bell so you get those notifications when the videos come in early, son. Also, follow me on the socials. Appreciate you guys so much. See you in the next video. I'm out of here. Go Knicks. We took a loss in preseason. We're still 3-1. I'm taking it. That's not what we expected. I'm out of here. Let's get it.